Hello everybody, welcome to WhatCulture Gaming. I'm Scott and everybody else is out and about, so I haven't got anybody to talk to right now, but having done the Avengers review, that video will be live. It might be live now, it'll be live very soon. I gave it 2-star, please watch to find out why. I thought it was worth delving into the one massive talking point around this game going into it, which is just how predatory, just how egregious and ridiculous are the microtransactions in this game. Are there any? How does the battle pass system work, etc. And so just to clarify that stuff. So in the Avengers game, you can very much play the entirety of the story, you can enjoy the multiplayer, you can do all that stuff. I was going to say completely free. You can do that stuff if you've obviously paid for the game. There is no free-to-play component whatsoever. The microtransaction side of it comes in with the individual battle passes per character. So the way that this works is that the game already has 9 separate crafting components, which is a thing in itself. But on top of that, you have a premium currency that you can pay real money for. It's like $3.99 for a few hundred of these little tokens that you can then spend to skip tiers of the battle pass. The natural way, or the non-monetized way, the non-real world cash way to get through the battle pass is to complete daily and weekly challenges. Now you need 200 or 300, it oscillates, changes depending on their character. You need a couple of hundred points from daily and weekly challenges to be able to unlock skins, nameplates, emotes, takedowns, whatever from the battle pass just through sheer playing. You can do it by just playing the game. The problem, at least for right now, is that those daily and weekly amounts only give you, a daily challenge gives you 3 points. And again, you need a couple of hundred to get through the battle pass. Daily challenge gives you like about 2 or 3. A weekly challenge gives you about 11. Weird numerics, but whatever. So you can already get a feeling for just how much you're going to have to grind through to unlock things like an additional skin for a character. The weird, hilariously corporate toxic thing is that on the battle pass, if you play normally, you can unlock the premium currency, but it's not enough to then unlock a skin. So on the battle pass, you'll go past, like as you're like ranking through the battle pass, you'll go past the costume that you want. Maybe you've played enough to be able to get some premium currency, but you're going to need to get, like, you're going to have to hit 2 or 3 milestones on this battle pass to then cash that in for a costume that you could have got earlier on. Because it's not just that you're hitting the tier on the battle pass where the costume is listed, you also need enough of the premium currency to be able to buy it. So it's that idea of individual battle passes per character, but that idea of a premium currency forever being in the corner of the screen, just saying, hey, look, if you want to pay your way through this, you can. And that's the stuff that feels especially egregious, considering that the game's loot system is completely invisible. It's only numerically based, which is the weirdest thing. I feel like they've skirted around so much, and they've said like, well, look, nobody wants individual components because then who wants a pink Thor? And it's like that was the original defense, quote unquote, that was used by DICE or EA back in 2017 to say like, hey, look, nobody wants a pink Darth Vader in Battlefront 2, therefore we're just going to monetize things on the side instead. We're going to monetize skins and grind and stuff like that. Regardless of your feelings on a pink Thor, I'd probably take him. I just think that going down this route just feels especially ridiculous. Individual battle passes per character feels like the sort of weird dark core that we always knew going into this game that something was going to be ridiculous. It's Square Enix, it's the Avengers, it's the modern gaming industry. Something's going to be ludicrously monetized, and individual battle passes per character is that thing. So the actual reality of it is that yes, you can play enough across days and weeks to be able to get enough points to bypass to unlock a skin naturally. But the way the levels are ground out, the way the levels are laid out, the way that these statistics are laid out, you're going to be grinding the same levels over and over and over again to unlock enough points to get through these things without paying additional money. It's very obvious what's going on. And that speaks to the wider quality of the game, which I get into way more in the review, but the missions themselves are incredibly repetitive. The mission design is just rote as hell. It feels like 2014 Destiny AF, where it's just, go to this place, defend this point, go over here, smash these 4 canisters, go over here and fight this high level enemy, rinse, repeat. The multiplayer levels are very much the story ones, with the same cutscenes and dialogue repeated. That's all you're doing. It's like when Destiny was at the beginning of its lifespan and you were just repeating the same things over and over and over to be able to grind out some stats to hopefully get enough currency to unlock a costume. It's just, what part of that is fun? What an absolute state of the union that we're in with modern gaming. where something like this, something as promising and as charming in regards to the way the story is presented as the Avengers game, can still be just so thoroughly dragged down, kicking and screaming, by corporate oversight or that sort of toxic corporate influence that, like I said in the review, is reached its zenith in 2017. You had Shadow of War, Battlefront 2, and For Honor that were all very grind-heavy games, unless you paid your way through it. Avengers also lets you unlock an item called a challenge skip. So it's like, hey, look, you can pay premium money, pay additional actual cash to skip through the battle pass. And it's just, again, it's like Shadow of War. It's like they've designed a grind that is fundamentally off-putting and then said, hey, look, you can pay your way through it. Like, just, what is that? Like, you're fundamentally admitting that your game is not worth playing. And that stuff just feels, like I said, it just feels hilariously tragic, considering that anyone who's, I'm 31, anyone who's as old as me who remembers when, it's just weird. Old man yelling at cloud is the nearest analog, but like, yeah, wouldn't mind paying a premium price for a game and then not actually receiving all of that game. But what are you going to do? So yeah, in terms of the way that the microtransactions affect the game, they don't if you don't want them to. And that's obviously what Square Enix will fall back on. Like, hey, look, if you want, you can just play and figure it out. We're giving you the free option. You don't need to pay premium cash. Just go grind some levels out. No one's going to do that. No one's going to happily do that. And even if you're, absolutely loving the beginning of the game, take it from someone who's like 15 hours through it, that stuff does get incredibly rote over time. It just does feel overly repetitive, especially when all of the end game quests are entirely numeric based. You're literally just go get 2,000 faction rep, go take out 20 different enemies. Even the main story's final mission, spoiler free, one of its requirements is just go do other missions and acquire a certain amount of components so that we can proceed with the next step. It's very much like Anthem. I forget what Anthem's mission was called, but there was one that went viral because it was just so badly designed. It's called something like the Trials of the something, where it was like, okay, go collect 4,000 pieces of this, and then we can unlock the next step. There's a lot of that. There's an absolute ton of that. And just, yeah, in terms of the way that all of those things are bolted onto the experience, there is a story here, there is a multiplayer component here that you can enjoy, but as soon as you get into the customization side, if you want to unlock full costumes, you want to unlock specific modules, things that will upgrade your character numerically, those things are tied to the Battle Pass, alongside pickups in-game, but a lot of them are tied to the Battle Pass, and you're going to have to grind your arse off getting through that to unlock everything. The only defense I can give it is that they've tried to design something that is based around an additional 4 years of content. That's clearly what they're going for, and they want you to play and play and play for weeks and months and slowly get everything over time. Now, whether that's palatable to you or not is on an individual basis. I don't think it is, but that's maybe one way to look at it. That's a positive. It's like, look, I'm buying this as an investment for the next few years, and I'm going to enjoy grinding things out over time. You can't get away from the fact, though, that the way the Battle Pass is designed is very much with a premium currency in mind to just jump over all the tedium, and that is just kind of soul destroying. So yeah, that's how microtransactions work in the Avengers, and it kind of sucks. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Maybe you've picked it up already, or just where you're at on the game in general. I am a big old mixed bag, but please check out my review if you haven't already. For now, I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com, and I'll catch you soon.